At sunrise, on a horse farm in Virginia, a man in a worn leather jacket quietly opens the barn door. No entourage, no cameras, just Robert Duvall, the Hollywood legend who once stood beside Pacino and Brando, feeding carrots to his horses as if this ranch were the center of the universe. Today, we're stepping inside his private world, the historic farmhouse, the land, the wealth, and the lifestyle he chose over Hollywood noise. Before we explore how he built this peaceful empire, let's go back to where his journey began. Robert Duvall was born on January 5, 1931, in San Diego, California, the son of Admiral William Howard Duvall, a strict yet honorable U.S. Navy officer, and Mildred Virginia Hart, an amateur actress with a deep love for literature. Growing up in Annapolis, Maryland, home to the U.S. Naval Academy, young Robert was surrounded by discipline and duty, yet drawn more to the emotional world of storytelling than the regimented life of the military. While his father envisioned a naval career for him, Duvall's heart was already sailing in a different direction, toward the stage. He attended Principia College in Illinois, earning a BA in drama in 1953, where professors quickly noticed his quiet intensity and natural presence. After serving briefly in the U.S. Army following the Korean War, he headed to New York City, where he studied acting under the legendary Sanford Meisner at the neighborhood playhouse. It was there that Duvall refined the instincts that would later define his performances: realism, emotional truth, and an unwavering respect for the craft. His early career began in small theater productions, where he was known for bringing raw, human complexity to every role. In 1957, his portrayal of Eddie Carbone in A View from the Bridge became a turning point. That performance marked him not as a showman, but as a craftsman, an actor more interested in character than charisma. Soon after, he took on roles in off-Broadway productions like George Bernard Shaw's Mrs. Warren's Profession, laying the groundwork for his television debut in 1959 on Armstrong Circle Theater. Throughout the 1960s, Duvall became one of television's most dependable faces, appearing in dramas like Naked City, The Twilight Zone, The FBI, and The Outer Limits. He was a working actor, often living modestly, but always earning the respect of directors who valued his precision and quiet magnetism. Then came 1962, and with it, his haunting film debut as Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird. Though he spoke not a single line, Duvall's performance resonated deeply. His stillness carried power. Hollywood took notice. The 1970s cemented his place among the greats. As Tom Hagen in The Godfather, 1972, and its sequel, 1974, Duvall delivered one of the most controlled and understated performances in cinema history, earning his first Oscar nomination. His ability to convey calm authority made him the moral compass in a world of corruption. Then, as Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, 1979, he embodied chaos with iconic precision. The man who loved the smell of napalm in the morning. That role earned him another Golden Globe and BAFTA, confirming his range from stoic strategist to unpredictable force of nature. He was not just a film actor, but a stage devotee. His 1977 Broadway performance in David Mamet's American Buffalo drew critical acclaim for its emotional honesty. That same dedication carried into The Great Santini, 1979, where he played a domineering Marine father, a role that mirrored elements of his own upbringing and earned him yet another Oscar nomination. By 1983, Duvall finally claimed his Academy Award for Best Actor in Tender Mercies, portraying a washed-up country singer seeking redemption. It was a quiet, soulful role that captured the essence of who he was, a man more interested in truth than spectacle. Television later brought him another legendary moment with Lonesome Dove, 1989, where his portrayal of Captain Gus McCrae earned him a Golden Globe and an Emmy nomination. Critics hailed it as one of the finest performances ever captured for television. Never one to slow down, Duvall founded his own production company, Butcher's Run Films, in 1992, allowing him to champion passion projects and independent storytelling. That same year, his chilling turn in HBO's Stalin earned him another Golden Globe. Over the years, his body of work earned him the National Medal of Arts, 2005, and a record-setting Oscar nomination at age 84 for The Judge, 2014. Through it all, Duvall stayed grounded, always returning to roles that felt real, human, and morally complex. And it's that same integrity that defines the next chapter of his story. The quiet, deeply personal world he built for himself on a sprawling horse farm in Virginia, where the film legend found peace, purpose, and the rhythm of a life well lived. Virginia Horse Farm, lifestyle of a legend. Nestled amid the misty hills of Fauquier County, Virginia, Robert Duvall's home, Burnley Farm, feels like a scene lifted from one of his most poetic films. The 250-year-old Georgian-style estate, originally built around 1820 by Quaker settlers, stands on more than 360 acres of rolling pastures, oak-lined fences, and horse paddocks that seem to stretch endlessly into the horizon. Duvall, who purchased the property in 1994, has often described it as his sanctuary, a place where time slows down and life regains its natural rhythm. Burnley Farm is not a modern mansion of marble and glass. It's a living piece of American history, restored with respect for its past. The main house spans roughly 5,500 square feet, featuring 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms, all thoughtfully preserved to maintain their 19th century character. Its wide plank heart pine floors, hand-hewn beams, and original fireplaces create a sense of warmth and authenticity, while modern updates, like a chef's kitchen and a sunroom overlooking the Blue Ridge Mountains, add comfort without losing charm. Duvall and his wife, Argentine-born Luciana Pedraza, have spent years turning the property into a harmonious blend of history and heart. Every detail, from the slate roofing to the carved wooden mantels, carries a sense of purpose. On cold Virginia mornings, Duvall is said to enjoy coffee by the stone hearth, reading scripts or jotting poetry, while horses graze just beyond the frosted windows. Outside, the land tells its own story. The farm includes 8 stables, a courtyard barn with a tack room, washing area, and office, as well as 6 fenced paddocks, automatic waterers, and a dedicated riding arena, a nod to Duvall's lifelong passion for horses and ranch life. He often hosts informal equestrian events and local charity gatherings, preferring boots and denim to tuxedos. The rhythm of the ranch, morning rides, feeding rounds, quiet sunsets, is a reflection of his love for simplicity after decades under Hollywood's spotlight. The property also includes a 3-car garage, a private gym, a spring-fed pond, and a separate log cabin tucked among maple trees. That cabin, complete with its own tax ID, 2 small lakes, and a resident owl family, serves as a private retreat, sometimes for visiting friends, sometimes just for solitude. Surrounding the main estate is more than 267 acres of protected open land, ensuring that the view from Burnley Farm will remain untouched by development. When dusk falls, the golden light spills over the meadows, and the Blue Ridge Mountains glow faintly in the distance. It's here that Duvall often sits with Pedraza, watching the sun dip behind the fields, a simple ritual that captures the life he's always valued most: quiet, purposeful, and deeply human. The farm's proximity to Middleburg and Purcellville, 2 of Virginia's most picturesque small towns, allows Duvall and his wife to stay connected to the region's equestrian and artistic communities while remaining just 40 miles from Washington, D.C. It's no surprise that locals often refer to the actor as one of us, seeing him not as a movie star, but as a true Virginian who embraces the rural way of life with humility and heart. In addition to Burnley Farm, Duvall and Pedraza purchased a Spanish-style house in West Hollywood, California, in 2008 for $1.1 million. This urban residence provided a stylish city base, complementing their rural Virginia lifestyle. By 2017, they had sold the West Hollywood home for approximately $2 million, reflecting both the couple's taste and savvy real estate choices. And of course, a property this grand and a legacy this enduring has drawn plenty of curiosity about just how much fortune Robert Duvall has built over his extraordinary career. Let's take a closer look at the numbers behind his decades of cinematic mastery and see what fuels the wealth of this Hollywood legend turned Virginia rancher. Income and net worth. His net worth is estimated at over $50 million, according to multiple entertainment and financial sources. This remarkable figure represents not only the outcome of a career spanning more than 6 decades and over 100 film and television roles, but also his quiet wisdom in managing and reinvesting that success. At the heart of Duvall's fortune lies his acting career. His defining roles in The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2 alone brought him around $500,000 in total, an impressive sum in the early 1970s. By the time of Apocalypse Now and Tender Mercies, which earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor, his asking price had climbed to the $1 to $5 million range per major film. Even in his later years, films like The Judge, 2014, and Widows, 2018, continued to command substantial paydays. One of the quiet advantages of Duvall's long career is the steady stream of royalties and residual payments. Classic films such as Lonesome Dove, Open Range, and Apocalypse Now are staples on streaming services and television reruns, generating $1 to $2 million annually in ongoing passive income. These timeless performances continue to reach new audiences, ensuring Duvall's work and revenue never fades. Beyond acting, Duvall took creative control by founding Butcher's Run Films in 1992, named after the Virginia farm he calls home. Through this production company, he directed and produced deeply personal projects such as The Apostle, 1997, which he also self-financed. The film not only earned critical acclaim but also significant box office success, solidifying Duvall's position as a filmmaker with both artistic integrity and business acumen. While Duvall has never been one to chase commercial endorsements, he has selectively partnered with brands and causes that align with his personal image and passions, particularly those tied to the arts, Americana culture, and equestrian life. He's also ventured into small-scale licensing opportunities, such as tango-related projects inspired by his love for Argentinian culture. These supplemental activities bring in an estimated $1.5 million annually, adding a quiet but steady stream to his already well-diversified income. Now in his 90s, Duvall uses that success not as a symbol of excess, but as a platform for good. Behind Robert Duvall's rugged screen presence lies a deeply compassionate man, one who prefers to make a difference quietly rather than seek attention for it. Philanthropy. His philanthropic work, often carried out alongside his wife Luciana Pedraza, reflects the same understated authenticity that defines his career. Together, they've turned compassion into concrete action, particularly in the regions closest to Pedraza's heart. In 2001, Duvall and Pedraza established the Robert Duvall Children's Fund, a charitable foundation devoted to improving the lives of families in northern Argentina. What began as a small effort to renovate homes and schools soon grew into large-scale projects rebuilding entire communities. The foundation has helped restore classrooms, upgrade local clinics, and supply clean water systems, directly impacting hundreds of children in impoverished rural areas. For Duvall, these weren't just donations, they were personal commitments. He and Pedraza regularly visited the villages, working hands-on with local families and ensuring that every dollar went to real change. The couple also became devoted supporters of Pro Mujer, one of Latin America's most respected non-profit organizations. Its mission, to empower women through microfinance, health services, and education, aligned perfectly with Pedraza's background and Duvall's belief in self-reliance. Their focus on Argentina's northwest region has provided opportunities for countless women to launch small businesses, support their families, and gain access to medical care. Through this work, Duvall and Pedraza have shown that philanthropy can be deeply human, rooted not in grand gestures but in sustained, compassionate presence. Closer to home, Duvall's activism has extended into the fields of historic preservation and community integrity. In 2009, he publicly opposed Walmart's proposal to build a store near the Wilderness Battlefield in Virginia, a site sacred to Civil War history. Standing before local officials and national media, Duvall argued that the land was not just dirt, it's blood and memory. His stance helped draw national attention to the issue and inspired ongoing dialogue about balancing economic development with cultural preservation. 2 years later, in 2011, he lent his star power to the Texas Children's Cancer Center, attending the An Evening with a Texas Legend fundraiser in Houston. There, he spoke candidly about the power of storytelling to inspire hope, moving both guests and organizers with his humility. In February 2023, he appeared before a suburban Virginia council to voice his opposition to a proposed Amazon facility, arguing that unchecked industrial expansion threatened the rural beauty and heritage of the area he calls home. Though the project was ultimately approved, his speech reaffirmed his long-held belief that protecting the land and community isn't just an environmental issue, it's a moral one. Robert Duvall's philanthropy is not flashy, nor is it self-congratulatory. It's sincere, grounded, and often personal. Whether rebuilding schools in Argentina or defending the historic fields of Virginia, Duvall embodies a rare kind of generosity, one that speaks softly but echoes loudly. And beyond his public work lies a man of deep roots, steady love, and quiet reflection. Personal life. Though he's been married 4 times and never had children, he has lived fully, embracing each chapter with curiosity, humor, and a kind of fearless honesty that few public figures possess. "I guess I'm shooting blanks," he once joked in an interview, his signature dry wit cutting through what others might see as a sensitive topic. "I've tried, with a lot of different women, in and out of marriage," he added with a laugh, perfectly summarizing the self-awareness that defines his private world. His first marriage, to Barbara Benjamin, began during the height of his early career. They met on the set of To Kill a Mockingbird, where Benjamin was working as a former television dancer and announcer. Elegant and quick-witted, she had already appeared in productions like Guys and Dolls, 1955, and The Courtship of Eddie's Father, 1963. When the two married in 1964, Duvall also stepped into the role of stepfather to her 2 daughters from a previous marriage. For more than a decade, they shared a life built around Hollywood and art, before quietly divorcing in 1975, a breakup that Duvall has described as inevitable, but not bitter. His second marriage came in 1982 to actress Gail Youngs, a fellow artist from the industry. Their relationship, though brief, represented Duvall's desire to share his world with someone who understood the intensity of the acting craft. The marriage ended in 1986, leaving both parties on good terms. For a short while, his connection to the Youngs family made him brother-in-law to actors John Savage, Robin Young, and Jim Youngs, a Hollywood web of relationships that seemed to circle back to performance and creativity. By 1991, Duvall married Sharon Brophy, a professional dancer. That 4-year marriage might have been fleeting, but it reignited something in Duvall. A rediscovered love for movement, rhythm, and physical expression that would come to define his next great romance. Then came Luciana Pedraza, the woman who truly changed the rhythm of his life. Their story began in Argentina, and as Duvall likes to tell it, almost didn't happen. "The flower shop was closed, so I went to the bakery," he recalled. "If the flower shop had been open, I never would have met her." What followed was not just a romance, but a meeting of 2 souls drawn together by art, passion, and the dance floor. Despite a 41-year age difference, the couple shares the same birthday, January 5th, a coincidence Duvall describes as the universe's little joke. Together since 1997 and married since 2005, Duvall and Pedraza's bond has always revolved around creativity and movement. The two co-starred in Assassination Tango, 2002, a film Duvall also wrote, directed, and produced. Set largely in Buenos Aires, it's both a love letter to tango and to Luciana herself. The project merged his cinematic instincts with his deep appreciation for Argentine culture, an affection that has since become a central part of his identity. Off-camera, Duvall is known as an exceptional tango dancer, having trained for years with professionals in both Argentina and the United States. He even maintains private tango studios in both countries, where he often practices late into the night. The dance, for him, isn't just physical, it's spiritual. It's about connection, he once said. Not just with your partner, but with the music, with the moment. In addition to tango, Duvall stays remarkably active for his age, often practicing Brazilian jiu-jitsu and other martial arts alongside Luciana. The pair are known to train together regularly, proving that even in his 90s, Duvall's spirit remains youthful, focused, and fiercely independent. His life, like his art, resists confinement. Whether it's tango steps in Buenos Aires, quiet mornings on his Virginia farm, or late-night script revisions in his study, Robert Duvall continues to live with the same authenticity that has guided him from the very beginning. A man of passion, discipline, and undeniable grace. And as his career continues to inspire generations of actors, one thing remains clear. Behind the Hollywood legend is a man who has mastered not only the craft of acting, but the art of living freely. If you enjoyed discovering this side of Robert Duvall's world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means everything. It's what keeps us bringing you more untold stories of legends who shaped the world we live in. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.